What's going on, everybody? I'm Oprius. Welcome to another video about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, all that good stuff. Today we're going to talk about the number one thing that you should think about when you get into Bitcoin for the first time. So stay tuned.
Nerdy dude stuff.
So we're going to take a quick look at the market today before we get into today's topic of the video. We're looking at the Bitcoin dominance at 44.7%, 302 billion market cap overall. There's 1,591 cryptocurrencies currently being traded. That coin market cap is registering. We are under 8,000 on the Bitcoin price. We had some resistance at 8,000. It would have been nice to see it break. We did not get that opportunity last night, but maybe if we could push past it, we can chug back up to 9,000, so still not too bad. 460 on Ethereum. We're just going to look at the big dogs before I jump into today's topic. And then Ripple is at 58 cents. So there's some purchasing and some holding opportunities here. Bitcoin really needs to clear that 8,000 resistance before we can start building back up. But it seems like every time we crest it, people do sell it off. So anyway, today's topic that we are going to be getting into, I want to rotate this around real quick, is we are going to talk about the number one thing that you need to take into consideration when you're about to get into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And that topic is security. This is starter 101. If you're in cryptocurrency already, you know this is the number one thing you need to think about every single day because you are dealing with currencies. You don't necessarily walk around with a money clip with $1,000, or if you own one Bitcoin with $8,000 just sticking out in the palm of your hand saying, look, I have a Bitcoin, I have a Bitcoin. You're going to be secure with your $8,000. You're going to tuck it away in things like a wallet, in your back pocket, next to your body, on your person. So the same rules apply for cryptocurrency, with the exception of being on your body. There is something that is very similar, and we can talk about that here in a moment. So the things that we're going to talk about, let me go ahead and pull up my little kind of guideline for us today. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about the benefits and the pros and cons of each of the benefit, keeping your cryptocurrency stored on an exchange, on a desktop or mobile wallet, a ledger wallet, or a paper wallet. Okay? So let's get right to it. The first thing we're going to talk about is keeping your cryptocurrency on an exchange. Now, there's many exchanges out there. Let's pull up Bitcoin just to take a look at the exchanges and the places that, and the markets that offer Bitcoin to buy and sell. And you could see many. And these are all different transactions that also utilize Bitcoin for other pairings and other cryptocurrencies. And you can get into that later in your life as you learn to trade and all that stuff. Now, the number one place that a lot of people hate and love on or anything like that, but this is, in my opinion, what I call the beginner's Bitcoin, the beginner's way to purchase and sell Bitcoin. Because there's many other ways that get a little more extreme, a little more personable, peer-to-peer. But this is kind of like the official new person's guide to buying Bitcoin, and that's Coinbase. Now, you can actually purchase the Bitcoin on Coinbase, and you can store it in your account. As you see here, there is a mobile address there is a mobile or an exchange wallet that's already set up for you. You can keep Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then of course Cash. And then on Coinbase itself, you can buy and sell Bitcoin back and forth, or Ethereum, or these other 3 tokens. There are pretty expensive fees, but if this is your first time getting your feet wet in cryptocurrency, this is the place where you would initially buy it, and you're more than welcome to keep it stored here. Also, the next step that we have are exchanges where you can go and actually trade your cryptocurrency and your Bitcoin for other cryptocurrencies like the big dogs that I talked about in the beginning of the video, Ripple, Ethereum. Some exchanges have some coins, some don't. I have pretty much a username on most of the exchanges like Bittrex, Binance, KuCoin, Cryptopia, all that stuff because I like playing around with other coins, and I think Binance is one of the strongest that there is, and this is where I do most of my day trading. Now, the benefit of keeping your Bitcoin stored on these like online exchanges is the ease to be able to go in and make trades just by simply logging on, and then you're also able to withdraw and deposit with ease just because it's your web-based browser, you're on and off. I don't recommend keeping your full-blown portfolio on these exchanges whatsoever. For the cons, they are easily hackable, not easily hackable to the point where I want to instill distrust in these platforms, but they are online. There is a very small chance that these could be compromised. Whether they say it's a 0.0001% chance, there's still that 0.001% chance. We have seen in the crypto space, Binance had to come out a couple weeks ago and say that they weren't hacked because of some pairings were off and some, really shady trades. But that's the point that these are easily hackable. Also, they're an mobile exchange, or they're a web-based exchange. So if someone knows you and knows that you primarily use your email, johnsmith@gmail.com, and they know that John Smith's wife's name is Amber, and then they know that John Smith uses Amber and his birth date for every single password, they're probably going to be able to get into your exchange, go into your balances here. Like, let's say this balance that I had up here, this Cyber Network coin that the Cyber Network coin that I'm hanging on to for my next trade move, and then they could transfer that to their own wallet because they know that, you know, John uses Amber and his wife's birthday for his password. So that's some cons for the mobile exchange, or not the mobile exchanges, the web exchanges. I keep saying mobile exchange because that's going to be in our next topic here. That's going to be the next one I'm talking about. We're going to talk about desktop wallet, and we're going to talk about mobile wallets. Now, I have an Exodus wallet, and it is a desktop application, and this is where I keep some of my portfolio as well, just because it's easy to be able to store it, take it off an exchange. I don't have to worry about someone hacking into my system. And then I'm not going to plug in my password or anything just because I'm talking in this video. But this is a desktop wallet. It's a free app to use, and it has many cryptocurrencies on there, which is nice as well. So again, this is where I keep most of my portfolio. Very similar to a mobile wallet. You can download a mobile app to your cell phone, and you can have your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, all that stuff with you at all times. Now, again, these are applications where if I use my computer 24/7 and it's connected to a Wi-Fi network, someone could potentially hack into my system. If they know my password, they can get into my Exodus wallet, and they could potentially take my portfolio and transfer it to their own. So that is something to consider, that there's still a way that people can access my mobile device and my desktop and be able to take my information. So really, those, you know, these devices, they strive to provide better securities, but they're still at very, very, very small chance. And if you're someone that's very paranoid and you are very concerned about that small chance, then these might not be the avenues for you. Sorry, I'm mining some currencies back here, so I just want to check on how it's doing. Next up on the list is a Ledger wallet. Now, a Ledger wallet, I'm going to pull up some ads here, and I hit it right here. So these are USB thumb drive devices that will keep your private keys and all your information for many different cryptocurrencies on a flash drive. It's not a flash drive, but it's essentially a USB stick that you connect into your computer. You run the application that's attached to them. They automatically input and get your private keys and everything going, so that way you can withdraw, trade, deposit, take off your cryptocurrency on this. The benefits of these are, it's a tiny little drive that you should only have access to. They're a little expensive, but they might be worth it for the extra security. So the only way someone could potentially ever get into these is if you have it plugged into your computer, you have everything already up and available because you're doing some transactions. You walk away from your computer, and Joe Schmo the hacker decides to come into your Wi-Fi because he knows that you're big on Bitcoin, and he takes your, it's the same exact day he happens to hack into your Wi-Fi, and he has access because your Nano Ledger wallet is plugged in and active, so that way you can make transactions. But again, these are some extreme situations that you need to think about. You know, some of the big YouTubers sat there a couple of months ago and were like, oh, my Exodus wallet, people got on because they hacked into my phone and they were able to take $1 million worth of Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. How true that story was, that's for another time, but there is that chance that that could happen. So Nano Ledgers could be something, Nano Ledger wallets, hardware wallets, could be something that are very ease of mind, because you yourself is no different than walking around with a physical wallet with your $8,000 in it. You know, if someone takes it off your person, unfortunately they lose it, but they would still need your information to be able to access it. But unfortunately, it's kind of gone unless you have your private keys written down somewhere like everything says, and you can get onto the blockchain. Last but not least, the very simple, very easy, very cheap, very free, but complicated to access paper wallet. Now, a paper wallet is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You would pull up a paper wallet for whatever cryptocurrency that you wish to trade, or if you wish to store or hold on to, and you'll print your public key, your private key, and I believe like your public trading key, which is what you would give to others to be able to deposit and stuff into your wallet. Now, a paper, like this isn't a paper wallet here, but it literally could be something like this, and it's going to have all that information and QR codes on it. I personally, I have a flash drive that I keep all of my paper wallets on. I go the paper wallet route with anything that's not on my Exodus account, my Exodus desktop wallet, and I keep everything securely stored on a flash drive. Not necessarily this one, but this is a regular USB flash drive because those documents are regular PDF files or, you know, Word docs or anything like that because they're made to be paper. Now, this is probably one of the most secure of all-time things that you can ever put your cryptocurrency on because only you will have access to this. You know, if you're going to use paper or jot everything down in a composition notebook and you have $15,000 or you have $150,000 or like $2 million worth of Bitcoin, you're going to lock that up in a personal safe. No one's going to ever be able to get to it. That's it's the best security you'll possibly find is a paper wallet. The cons of that is it's exactly that. If I ever lost this flash drive with, you know, my $1,000 of Ethereum and my $2,000 of Electroneum and my, you know, 2 Bitcoins or anything like that, there they go. Unless I have written my private keys down elsewhere. But that's one of the problems. If I ever lost that flash drive or this flash drive, poof, there goes everything that I've ever earned in the cryptocurrency space. Another downfall is if you're not very computer savvy, they're very, in my opinion, not hard to access, but if you're not computer savvy, they might be hard to access. It's as simple as finding a YouTube video that shows you how to access your private key or your paper wallet for something like Electroneum, but then you do have to get into running script and like the DDO, like, you know, and running into, you have to actually like download the blockchain and go through the blockchain to verify the transaction before you can move things in and out. It's a video for another time. So other ways to keep yourself secure, especially if you're using one of these avenues, is, you know, always make sure that your passwords are unique and different. Don't use the same password for everything. If you're in the computer space, this is something that you should know no matter what. You know, you don't want to use the same password for everything because let's say that I had, you know, $1,000 of Bitcoin on my Coinbase and I had $5,000 of Bitcoin on my Bittrex account and I had another $5,000 on my Binance account, but I use the same password and the same email on all three. Someone knows me, they can put that email in, they can figure out my password if it's something simple and easy and be like, and now they have access to, well, like $11,000 just because I was stupid and didn't protect myself. Other things you want to do, and you just notice that I'm not really doing this as well, is I'm not showing you my major portfolio and how much I have. Now, if I ever got on and showed you that I'm holding, like, you know, I don't mind showing you $100 worth of my platform, or I've showed, I think, like $500 or $600 on my Exodus wallet a couple of times. I don't mind doing that for the sake of a YouTube video. If I ever make it big and have like 100 Bitcoins, I won't be showing that on camera. Or let's say if I purchase, you know, if I'm day trading and I decide to buy, I don't know, $10,000 worth of this OMG coin, and all of a sudden OMG goes to the moon, and that $10,000 turns into $200,000, you're not going to see that transaction on the screen. I'm not going to put a target on my back. So if you're ever someone that is, you know, out and about and you've made it big on Bitcoin, I wouldn't recommend bragging about how big you made it because now you're painting a target on your back. So that's other ways to keep yourself secure. Now, it might not be as easy as just pickpocketing your wallet and running off with your Bitcoin. If, you know, you were in person, you told someone, hey, I've got 100 grand in my pocket, and they knock you out and take your 100 grand. But you still don't want to paint that target on your back because then Joe Schmo is going to go through your neighborhood and try to hack into your account or anything like that. So you always want to protect yourself. So that is, in my opinion, the #1 thing that you need to know before you get into Bitcoin, and that is how to properly secure yourself and provide security for all your assets. You take care of things that are valuable to you in the physical world. You need to take care of things that are valuable to you in the crypto and the cyber world. Last minute plugs before I end the video. You guys know, if you're regular followers of mine, that I'm promoting the Ditchit ICO. If you're new and this is the first time you're learning about cryptocurrency, an ICO is what's called an initial coin offering. It's kind of like a crowdfunding campaign for a platform. This is a small project that is potentially going to grow big. You have the opportunity to get these cryptocurrency tokens before anyone else does by participating in the initial coin offering at an incredibly discounted rate, and then when they actually launch and go live on exchanges, you could potentially see some huge gains. There's a link in the description below for Ditchit.io. When you join the ICO, if you use the code NERDYMONEY, then you'll get a 30% bonus to what you purchase And you could spend a couple of minutes on the website. Link is in the description. I talked yesterday about my Telegram group, the Ratacoin Club. This is a great group where you can kind of start learning and teaching yourself how to day trade. There's tons of members that give and help and show signs and what they're seeing and what coins might potentially moon. And about 95% of the time, they're all right. There's been a couple of off-the-wall ones just because they looked at the coin a little too later. And then there is a premium group, which you have the opportunity to jump into if you want. And I might be doing a giveaway for 1 month admission into the premium group on my channel in the future. So link for the Telegram group in the description as well. Last but not least, doing the Bitcoin gamble, and this is just something fun that we do at the end of every single video. We earn ourselves a little bit of Satoshis. I promote this because you see my Satoshi pool of Bitcoin up here. The more people that join my referral team, and then there's a link in the description, every single Sunday I give away 80% of this value that you see up here based on the user activity. So all you do is you have to sign up, put your email in, and you join up under me on my referral. There's 128 people that hang out and play this with me. I've given away 80,000 Satoshis. I've earned 100,000 Satoshis. So yes, I have been able to keep 20,000 or 20%, just because I want to build this pool up as well and make sure that I always have stuff to give. All you have to do is do the free Bitcoin roll once every hour, and then you play the multiply game. You set your bet to the minimum. You don't want to get rich on this. You just want to grow my pool because I get a little bit of stake every time you play this game. And then you want to bet the same choice, either high or low, until you lose 3 times in a row. You know, pick your favorite. Doesn't really matter. Some people say they have better luck with low. Some say they have better luck with high. I always just do high because it's quick and easy. I lost 3 times in a row. Then you're going to change this pool to 10 is your bet. You're going to bet again, and you're going to win because probability shows 3 losses might be a win. So that's it for today's video, guys. Any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. If this is your first time getting into Bitcoin, I try to talk to every single one of my subscribers that reaches out to me, whether it be on Telegram, whether it be on my Discord, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on Facebook. I try to establish that relationship. You know, I have 1,000+ people that subscribe to my channel, and if I could talk to all 1,000 of you every single day, I would. But fortunately for me, not all 1,000 of you message me, but I do talk to everyone that reaches out and teach and how to and get into this, or do ditch it or anything like that. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'm Oprius, and we'll see you guys next time.